Hi, I'm Caroline, and I'd like to invite you to join me in a breathing practice today. So, we're going to be doing relaxed abdominal breathing. And to begin with, you'll need to come to a comfortable seat. As you can see, for me, I'm sitting on the floor with some yoga blocks with my heels tucked in, but that might not be comfortable for you. So perhaps you come to Sukhasana, sitting cross-legged, or it might be that you prefer to come to a chair and seated on the chair, having your feet grounded on the floor so you can feel the contact of your soles with the earth and a sense of length through the spine. So as you find your comfortable seated shape, beginning to ground through your sitting bones, so a sense of the contact you have between your sitting bones and what you are seated on, your props or perhaps your chair. You might like to take a small shoulder roll, releasing through the spine, the shoulders a little. And then a sense of a lift through to the crown of the head. So we're rooting down through our sitting bones, but rising up from the crown of our head. Hands can rest wherever feels most comfortable for you. That might be on your lap, on your knees. Palms can turn up or face down. Taking a moment here to adjust if you need to, and to ensure you're going to be comfortable for the next few minutes. You may like to soften your gaze or perhaps close your eyes. And you're welcome to begin to soften your jaw. And that might look like gently opening your mouth quite wide and closing it 1, 2, 3 times. We often hold some tension in our jaw, so it's a simple way of releasing through the jaw. Another option might be to gently push your tongue into your cheek. And gently roll the tongue or push the tongue around the upper lips, the inside of the upper lips to the other cheek. And down to the lower lips. So running it around. If you take a couple of circular motions with the tongue, welcome to change direction and take a couple in the other direction. Encouraging your tongue to rest in the lower part of your jaw. And taking this next moment to feel into the shape, the position you've come to, and just check in that you're going to be comfortable for the next 5 to 10 minutes. As you begin to find stillness and settle, beginning to breathe in and out through your nose if that feels possible today. Noticing your breath. You might begin to notice the cooler air as you breathe in and the warmer air as you breathe out. Perhaps you notice the rate or breathing rhythm of your breath. It might be slow Might be fast, might be somewhere in the middle. Next, perhaps you feel into where your breath is moving to in your body. So as you breathe in, maybe you notice your rib cage expanding a little. You may even notice your collarbones gently rising, maybe even a little bit of movement in your shoulders. Can you feel or sense your belly moving at all? Perhaps you sense a movement in the back of your body. If your mind wanders, which it might naturally do, knowing that that's okay, drawing your focus back to your breath. And beginning to notice if you can soften your abdomen, so soften your belly area. You may already feel that it's relaxed, or perhaps you're aware suddenly of your navel moving towards your spine. So if it feels possible, relaxing your belly area. And allowing it to rest there. Notice if your breath feels a little deeper or a little longer. So with your belly soft, you may notice your breath reaching the lower parts of your lungs a little more easily. Encouraging your belly to remain soft. How has your breath changed as you softened your belly? If it feels possible, breathing deep into the lower lobes of your lungs. It's the lowest part of our lungs, closest to our belly. And this is where the majority of the gas exchange takes place on our inhalation and exhalation. And you might like to compare how your breath feels when you gently draw your navel towards your spine. So now consciously, if you would like to, drawing your belly in a little and holding it there for a few breaths. How does it change your breath? And if you did draw your belly in towards your spine when you're ready, encouraging it to soften once again. Consciously breathing. Maybe you notice a change in your breath, or perhaps in your mind, after just a few minutes of consciously breathing. If your eyes are closed, you may like to gently drop your chin towards your chest. Gently, softly opening your eyes when you're ready. And encouraging your head back to center. So we often hold a lot of tension in our belly, or we hold it gently in, just a little bit in, navel towards spine, without even thinking about it unconsciously. So as we begin to relax the abdomen, the belly area, as we breathe in, the breath can move a little deeper into the lower lobes of the lungs. And you may have noticed if you pulled your belly back in towards the spine, or you drawed the navel towards the spine, there was a little bit more of restriction in the lower lobes of the lungs. So as we relax the belly, the breath has got a little bit more space to travel. We can get slightly deeper breath, and often it encourages a slower breath, and that helps us come into our rest and digest side of our nervous system. So if we're feeling stressed or anxious, or we're just feeling a little overwhelmed or maybe overtired, fatigued, that can really help our mind and our body. So if it's possible, it's worth practicing that, as often we don't realize we're holding our belly. And for those that practice other forms of exercise, sometimes we're encouraged to draw our belly in for different exercises and movements. So a sense of letting it go can feel a little bit different, a little bit alien as well. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.